Hello all, this is Dswank, and I am doing a new series starting today. Um, I'm calling it Building a Legend. I'm starting with this. This is probably my second favorite Star Wars ship built, the Rendell Drive Dreadnought. And what and the idea for this is eventually I'm going to get some suggestions from people out there for what ships to build, whether it's Star Wars, Star Trek, Babylon 5, Stargate, Farscape, uh, innumerable cartoons to count, or video games, or anything else. Suggest it in the comments below, and I will consider building it in Space Engineers. This is the Rendell Drive's Dreadnought. It was based off of a Mandalorian design. It's about 100 years old at the time of the Battle of Yavin. Yavin, whatever. They used it for the Katana fleet. They used it for outbound flight. And there's no real solid, this is what it looks like. Like, if you look at the Sins mods or the Warlord mod for Homeworld, they are significantly wider than this image shows. I also have some more images and some info about them. This is another website that I will occasionally frequent. You've got length, number of weapons, top speed. I've never figured out what MGLT is. Something something with that, whatever. But this talks about the history of it and some of the downsides of it. Before the Katana fleet refit, it required a crew of 16,000 folks. Not really that good for a ship of its size, because it's fairly small. Three of them, with some luck, could take on an Imperial Star Destroyer. Okay, it could carry a single squadron of 12 TIE fighters, but it was not intended to carry fighters originally. It had a docking bay, but to fit 12 TIE fighters in, which are fairly small and compact, they had to take in the cargo bay of the ship. So I'm still thinking of that, how I'm going to do that. Let's see. Other images that I have found of it. Surprisingly, finding Legos, images, people have built stuff out of Legos, helps quite a bit when you're building in Space Engineers. Let's see. Another drawing of it. And if you compare them, this length of the body in all the images that we have, the middle section is either outrageously long, like here, or about a third, which is more in line with this. So I'm going with close to a third. It's 600 meters long, so that works out to be about 240 blocks long. It's going to be the largest I've built. Let's see. We've got 6 engines. That's one of the big points on it, is that it only has 6 drives. Well, to do that, I'm going to have to use mods. What mods I'm using? I'm using the modular engines mod. Obviously, it's a Star Wars ship, so I'm using the shield mod. I'm thinking of using Colt console pack, just because it's fantastic. Also, I'm not sure, is that supposed to be a bridge? No? Where is the actual bridge? Command deck. Right here. Okay. Command deck's in the front. That looks kind of command deck-ish, or carrier-ish, or something-ish back there. But really no info. See, this is another one you can kind of get that third scale out of for this center section. Let's see. At least this part is a third. Or, yeah, thereabouts a third of the length of the ship. This angled part where the fighter bay is. Engine appearance, you can kind of see right here it's got 6 engines, so modular engine. Another Lego model to kind of help. But those are going to be my references. Mostly this, and that'll help quite a bit. But this, and that. And probably this as well. This is actually pretty good. Weapons, I hear people ask. Well, quad laser, that sounds like the Beaufort cannons. And since the turbo lasers are hidden kind of in, where is these bulges, I'm thinking of using the emplacement guns that are in the weapon pack. I can't remember the name of it. I will remember it when I get into Space Engineers, however. And, yeah. So, what my plan is this is going to be a multi-part series. I'm going to build this ship over this week. And hopefully, by the end, I will have suggestions on other ships to build for this series. So, I will come back once I launch Space Engineers. So, I'll be back then. Hello, we're back. Okay, this is mod selection screen. I've got a handful of mods on here. Some you may recognize, some are just going to be here. I don't know if I'm going to use, say, Impex's Battleship Coil Cannon or anything. I know I'm going to use the battle cannons. I'm pretty sure I'm going to use large frame windows or the bridge. Okay. AIS. You know. Mods. Let's do this way. Yeah, it's back. Alright. Let's just add that. Okay. Modular thrusters, things like that. I know I'm gonna add. Energy shields, the bridge windows, bunk beds, coal, Imhotep thruster. Actually, I'm not going to use that since I have the modular thrusters. You can go away. Titan engine. Not going to use that because I have the modular thrusters. Large armored thrusters I'm going to keep. I'm also going to look for regular armored thrusters real quick. Armored thrusters for the small ones. And, yeah. So. Yeah. Everything's good. The idea of the armored conveyors fits with the ship, but I'm not sure I want to use them, because I think I'd be better off just using heavy armor. So, you see the whole list of mods that I'm using. I actually don't need the custom antenna, it's too small. I'm re-recording this section right here because the recording I did the first time sucked, and the editing software that I was using trying to clean it all up sucks even more. I cannot get an audio or a video file that's not just black video and an audio. So, I hope I can get a refund on it, but if not, that really sucks, because that was $100 that I had budgeted for this. And, yeah, so, ugh. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and cut here, and I'm going to load the world up. I already have built quite a bit of the ship because, once again, I was expecting to have the ability to edit the audio and edit the video like this software claimed I could. Well, I can edit it. It just doesn't matter because no matter what I do, it ends up being black. So, yes. I'll be back once this world loads. Alright. Here we are. Let me... audio, sound effect, turn you down. Okay. Alright. Here we have the ship, or what's built of the ship so far. It's the main hull section. I'm going to be pulling those two sections out to look like this, because I feel it looks better that way. Gives it a little more pop to the hull shape. This needs to be reworked a little. But the big thing here that I'm adding is radio antenna. I don't know which one you are. Planetary. Let's look at the planetary. How big are you? Good God. But yeah, that's gonna be good. That's huge, but it's good. Because these are rather large, is kind of what I've gotten. No. That button. That there. No. Escape. 9. Alright, let's see. How's that look? Yeah. It's a little big. But it looks right. Now, what I think I'm gonna do is... You need... No. Right there. Cut that open. Alright. Let's cut you. And spread that there. And 9. It needs to come out like 3 more squares. 6. 6, 6, 6. Okay. Control shift up. Shit. Wrong button. No. There we go. Alright, delete that so I can put that down. Okay, looks like it actually needs to go a little wider. Let's do that. 9. One wider? One more wider? Let's do one more and see how it goes. Alright, 9. Push you back. There. Alright. Well, it's obvious that this thing isn't square, if that works. Okay, 6. So, what I need to do No. Don't cut. No cut. What we need to do, we need to do this. Grab you. Do the... Come on, damn it. There we go. Okay. Put you there. Now we need to go down or inside and bring you down a square or 2 or 3. So if I do you, okay, I'll do you. Yeah, see, it's not a square in size, unfortunately. Alright, so that's going to be a pain to deal with, but I can do that. And then do this. And that. And we'll delete it and move it down 1 more square. Never really worked with this mod before, so this is kind of experiment-esque. Okay. That could be built. Alright, we want to remove this. So we'll grab 9. Spinny. Is that what I wanted? There we go. And it fit relatively well. Okay. Now 6, let's fill in this little area. And let's see. This area is going to have something built here. I kind of want to open that one up, shift this here so it's larger. 1, 2, 1, 2, yeah, that. X-Pack, Jetpack, yes. Okay. So now that that little distraction is taken care of, the Dreadnought, I don't actually remember everything I said in the previous little sections, so I'll be right. I will may cover that twice. But the Dreadnought was Rendell Drive Yards. They built it from looking at plans of a not Mandalorian design, and I need to delete these sections. So yeah, Mandalorian design, and they are arguably my favorite of them. There's a lot of interesting lore behind them. They're used in outbound flights, the Katana fleet, which they're most famous for. I think they're cool looking because they look closer to what I believe a starship will. Okay, that is really beginning to piss me off. Let me not select anything. I'm getting tired of software not doing what it's supposed to today. yes. Uh, they used them for the katana fleet because they were pretty beastly. One of the things that Rendell did was they licensed the ship out so other manufacturers could make it. And that means there's a crap ton of them in existence. But they're all very different. Which, one of the reasons the New Republic got rid of them was they went their new fleet initiative to make everything more streamlined. They decided to get rid of them to make their fleets more streamlined. Okay, more storage space. Now I could remove this center piece, and I'm not sure if I'm going to or not, because it does add some structure to the ship here. And I could just delete this section, and this is going to be the cargo, or main cargo, I think. Although, I mean, the way it is, this could very easily turn into crew quarters and stuff in there. I think I'm going to cut this out on all of them. But yes, they were, where was I? I lost track of what I was saying. They were all over the place because of the licensing. And they were not top of the line by any means. They were cheap, they were fast, well, not fast, but they were fast to produce, so you could have a lot of them. And the idea was quantity over quality. One of these ships was basically a heavy frigate, if you want to say a Star Destroyer was a destroyer. These were heavy frigates, but they were called Dreadnought, they were classed as heavy cruisers. But they weren't. 3 of them could probably take on Imperial Star Destroyer, but that would be a challenge for the 3 of them. Okay, are you cut free? I think you are. Yes. Control X. Yes. Okay. And that would mean you're cut free. Alright. And that is what I'm going to be opening up on each side outside. I'm still working on the back. This is kind of the belly area. They had this hangar where they were modified to carry 12 TIE fighters, and it kind of looks like there's these 12 little modules or something or other on it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I'm going to rework this, but I thought that if nothing else, this could be like escape pods. It does kind of feel escape pod-esque, but the ship was built so funky that there's no way everybody could have escaped on it because of the crew complement. It had an enormous crew complement. But also, and I've got to figure out how to do this. Because, let's see now if I do that. Okay, it is balanced. Sort of. Ish. Yeah. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Okay, no, it's not. It's not quite balanced. Okay. Well, anyway. Woo. over here, yeah, we're gonna put one of these. Alright, so there, 1, 2, 2, 2. It's on it. 1, 2. Alright, I say right there. Now we're gonna have to dig down. Okay, let's see. There. Okay. You go here. And we'll do another one here. And then we will grab here, spread across, and we can delete, delete. Okay. Put that back. And no. Okay, fine. No. There we go. That's closer to what I wanted. Alright, 9. Okay, I've got 2 more squares. So, let's grab 6. Control Shift. Alright. But, yeah, there were actually... This is actually a fairly big ship for space engineers. Okay, and you're facing the wrong way. Wrong way again. But I found the right button. There we go. The Dreadnought was big. In space engineers terms. Did I do that too far? Possibly. It doesn't bother me that much for the underside of this thing. Close you. Spread you across. Let's fill this gap in. And do this. But yeah, the Dreadnought in space engineers terms is 240 large blocks long. 50... Okay, that was too many. Whoa. 52 wide. And 46... No. 46 wide and 52 tall. So, I believe that's it. I believe... And that's not including the sensor dishes that stick out off of it. Yeah, those are about the right size. They're big, but they're not outrageous. They're the wrong shape. They should be the sensor dishes that are kind of cut along the top, like straight across there, so they're halves or third circles, however you want to say that. But yeah, it's a big ship. And it's going to take me a little bit to do all the interior, but my plan is at least to get the exterior finished and the bridge put in and things like that. Now, if you want to know where the bridge is going to be, the bridge is in the forward section. I kind of thought it was going to be back there where the engines were. But no, the bridge is actually in a stripe up here. Striped area up here. Along with the cargo. Let's see. This ship, right now, it is 100... No, it's 97 squares long. So, it does have this, and then it has a second flare up here for the engines. And it flares up almost to the height of the deflector dish. So I'm going to build that up, and I'll be back in just a second. Okay, hello. Yeah, I'm back here, and what? Okay, there. I fleshed these back out. I'm liking it quite a bit, and I put a measuring stick on here. Remember I said that it was 52 squares tall. What I have right now is 58. That's fine because I give myself a 10% little leeway that lets me put 3 more squares on the bottom. However, width is a little more of an issue. This is how far out it goes with the 10% spread on width, which actually works pretty well. So 10% spread on width works pretty much how I wanted it. Now, nose length, well, I'm not entirely sure with this attachment on the back how long it is, so let's move. Alright, let's pull you down. Yeah. Alright, there's one. Alright. 32. 33, 34, 35. Okay, that's gonna be 80. Yep. That's a third the length of the ship. 80. 121. 160. Let's try and go there. 160. There we go. That's 160 squares. Now I'm going to put another 40 here, just for round. It's 240. 200 squares long out to here. Which is a little short in my opinion. No. That's good. That is good. And then 40 out the back. Alright. And then I have 24 squares to play with on length. But that is going to be the dimensions of this ship. Once you see that, you realize I'm actually fairly far along in at least building the exterior hull. I'm thinking of keeping about 20, because each engine had a big square. So I'm thinking, let's see, 15. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Just for braking and things, I'm going to hide engines in the 6 squares at the back that are where the engines, the rectangles go. They'll be wider and tall. Oh god, I'm gonna have to divide them up with gaps and all that other stuff. That's gonna be a mess. But, yeah. Also, I could very easily see 2,000 or 16,000 people in this. It would be cramped as hell. But, yeah, I could see it. I could see it quite clearly. It's not going to be bristling with guns particularly well, though. But, let's see now. Just for thinking wise. Okay, that is going to be small for this. Because my scale was off when I selected that. It had 15 batteries and 15 cannons. Now I'm thinking I'm going to use these for the cannons. However, what is a battery? What is a gun battery in this? I have no idea. However, if I build it up and plunk maybe 2 of these inside a blister, I would say that would work as a battery. Like, that is a gun battery right there. Because I'm not sure what is a... I've looked it up and I couldn't find what makes a gun battery. So if any of y'all know, leave it in the comments, because... or where I can find out what defines a volume of battery of artillery. Because, or if you know a exact count for the Dreadnought, I would love that. But yeah, this actually is turning out really well. I've got the engines to build. I've got to do the flare on the sides, but I am liking this. This is turning out really good. I could not imagine 200 of these on screen in Space Engineers. I'd love to see it, but I can't imagine that. Let's see. I know. You know, I could do that. Just for shapes. Getting the shapes down. See how high up I have to go with this. But if I do that, yes, I know this is a little square off, but meh. And that's why I do the build with the designs in with some 10% blah 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 blah. I accept 10% of error in size because Space Engineers is not perfect. Do this forward wall, do a curve, an angle down that way from its top. But where is its top? I may have to narrow this down more to make the top, because there'll be a point about halfway up, and let's see, point about halfway up where the curve starts, so yeah, that way. Okay, that's actually not as nearly as far as I thought it was gonna have to go. But shaping this thing is gonna become a pain in the wazoo. That's gonna be where I start having issues with actually finishing it. Is I don't want to do this. This is a pain. It's making my head hurt. Oh well. Here we go. 6. Do that. 5. Turn you. There we go. 4. Yes. There we go. And 6. There. And 5. I want one last one. Kind of has this flat front on it. And 4. There we go. Clean the sides up. Clean the sides up. Now, how would I do? I think that's what I'm going to work on in the next episode, is getting the ridge line figured out. The engines are going to be easy, honestly. I already know how I'm going to do the engines. I just don't know how I'm going to do the shift from here out quite the way I want, but I have ideas. And we shall see how those ideas manifest. It's probably not going to be pretty in any way or term, but let me just see real quick. And all blocks. This here. Alright, there. Do that. To get the curve more back. I don't know how many squares up. No, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's do 7 up for that. That'll work. Okay. Oh, God, mouse. And my machine is chugging away in the background. Yeah, I need to put it in a place where it doesn't affect the microphone nearly as much as it does now. 9. There's that. Do I like the way that's looking? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I am liking this idea quite a bit. Quite a bit. Alright. So, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 9, Spin. There we go. Okay, but yeah, Dreadnought. I love the ship. It looks cool. I can't really explain why. It's from the Thrawn series, and Thrawn is awesome as well. Pretty much everything in that Timothy Zahn book series was really good. And it's been years since I've read it. But, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Alright. I'll have done that part, too. So there, and there. Yay! That's the front. I'm liking that. Yeah. Alright, if I zoom out. Okay. The bulge is going to have to go up quite a bit, but I got a long area for the bulge cover going up. And it's going to have to go up a little bit in the back as well. But yeah, this is the... I'm going to do the front section next because why not? And figure out how to do the chin. Well, once I do get the top half done, the bottom half will be easy because it's got an overbite. And making the top half look right will make the bottom half look right. And then I'll line... The overbite is going to be at least 2 squares, possibly 3, because that's where all the guns are going to be, all the bowfors are going to be, is along the side, there, in front. The batteries, I'm still not sure how I'm going to mount them. I've been thinking about it. They just said batteries. So, actually, what I'm thinking now is 2 of these are a battery. That is a battery for the turbo lasers. It'll have 15 of those. I'm not sure where I'm going to put them. 15 sets of that. And I could do 15 of those, but I'm kind of leaning towards the ones that are built into the hull because I can hide these better. Although it might be worth it to do... I'm cutting its power back significantly each time I think this through. It might be better to do that for a battery. 3 individual cannons. I like that idea. 3 individual cannons for a battery. That's what I'll do. It takes up more space, but they're more redundant, which was one of the features of the ship. I just have to figure out how I'm going to build that up in the... I guess I could have kind of these open areas where these are built inside. I mean, they're what? How many squares tall? 3? And have the barrels sticking out of the blisters. There's 10 blisters in total, 5 on each side. Yeah, I may go with the original armament instead of the refit armament, just for ease, because that means there were 10 batteries and 10 cannons. And unless there were 10 cannons per battery, which that would be insane and require me to do the 3-barreled, do 3 3-barreled. That would be just nuts. I mean, although that, and size-wise, that's about the size of one of the blisters. And I could just do... Yeah, I'm leaning towards that. That's... It'll have... Shit. It had 10 batteries, so 30 of these guns, and 20 Bofors and shields. I think that's how I'm going to do this. Is set it up like that. Most of the firepower is going to be in the front part of the ship, I believe. Well, they had ballistas all the way across this section. So, and I'm going to put the ballistas on last, and then do piping from the ballistas into the ship. So, I think that's where I'll leave it. This episode's gone on way longer than I'd planned. Can't really do the editing that I want to do, so yay! And I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, hit like, subscribe, give me a thumbs up, and leave a comment. Tell me what you think. Tell your friends about this. Give me ideas for this project I'm doing, the Building Legends series. I'd like it to continue. I really like this idea, and I think it's going to be a fun challenge, and I hope you all like the idea as well. So, I will see you in the next video. Until then, bye-bye.